Ah! I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Obviously, just for starters, anyone that's watching that hasn't really watched this before, um, usually we do one episode a week. We have a segment, and then we do a little bit of wrestle talk. So with the tournament being our bigger episodes, we're just kind of doing a condensed version this week. And yeah, actually, I'm surprised you skipped it. But before we dive into the wrestling talk, I do have a trivia question for you. Um, oh, oh, I thought we were going right into wrestle talk. All right. Well, either way, what a smooth segue. So, the Young Bucks, as you know, have you heard of them? Familiar with them, right? All right. Well, I like them is strong term, but either way, relax. Um, current AEW Tag Team Champions. Oh, Danny's muted. That's perfect. It's the Juice Box Show, baby. Let's go. All right, all me, me. All right, so here's the question. Hey, can't hear me now? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that doesn't matter. It's a better show this way.
I,
Um,
I didn't mute it. Can you hear me now?
maybe,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
no.
They should be able to hear us now. All right. That's what happened. For
the
some
volume
reason,
button that had the cross over it
I was muted. All right.
Hi,
So,
guys.
We're good.
all that great intro
Well done.
just fell to deaf ears. That's very disappointing. I'm going to try to redo a lot of that right now. Here we go. Rewind it. Hope everyone has had a good night. As usual, we are your hosts, Juice and Danny, back for another night. Hope everyone's having a great time. We are here for a 2-week episode. We were saying before that on Thursday is our worst wrestler of all time, part 2. Part 1 was great. Please join in for part 2 when you can. I was saying that I'm disappointed for a matchup that you will have to tune in Thursday to find out, because we missed an easy one that would have been really kind of back in time kind of thing. But regardless of that, we are back to our usual trivia question. Juice, what you got for me?
Was that Isaiah Hartenstein? Yes, it was Killer Tomato. Well done. Good catch. So, all right. Young Bucks, current AEW World Tag Team Champions.
I like the Young Bucks.
Unfortunately, not really doing too much with them, but it made me think, and I wanted to bring up, Boo the Bucks. Thank you, Kevin.
Come on, Kevin Last, man. Damn it.
I'm just saying, you gotta know your audience.
Your audience.
So the question is, the AEW Tag Team titles have only changed hands outside of the U.S. once. Which tag team champions were those winners that did it?
So who won the belts outside the U.S. at one time?
Yes, it only happened one time ever. There's been 11 tag team champions. One of them was outside the U.S. Which tag team was it? Bonus points if you get where.
Shit. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't remember if they won it last year or not. Yeah, I immediately went to Wembley with FTR. That was my first choice, but I feel like that's too obvious, so it's like a trick question. And I'm trying to think of
All in is next week.
I'm trying to think of other places they've been besides Wembley. Fuck, what did they? Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna say FTR at All In, but I feel like that's too obvious and wrong.
So good shot, good guess.
I knew it.
So that is incorrect.
Son of a bitch.
The correct answer is Kenny Omega and Adam Page. They won them on the Jericho Cruise in the Bahamas.
Motherfucker. That's
Omega
100% accurate.
in the Bahamas.
That's such a
Jericho
good one.
Cruise.
Son of a
Only
bitch.
tag champions not to change hands in the U.S.
Yep.
Or on soil.
That's a good one, Juice. Son of a bitch. I'm very upset I didn't get that. All right. As always, Juice is on a roll with trivia.
Get me some butter.
I don't even know where that board is, but you're up by at least like 20 points, I think, at this point. You're up by a lot.
Too good. I'm too good.
Too good. Catch up with me on the predictions. How about that? All right. So, like we were trying to say before when I was muted, we normally do, or you guys actually heard you say all that we normally do one episode a week, but this week we're doing 2 to keep it nice and short. So, let's start off with what I watched most recently. Let's start off with WWE. Usually we start off with AEW, or that's usually our favorite. We want to end on AEW is what I mean. So, WWE this week. SummerSlam happened last week. We had said last week it was pretty predictable. You weren't enjoying it. I thought it was pretty good for storyline aspect of it. And then the fallout from SummerSlam with Friday night was fantastic in the worst way. Do you want to start anything with SmackDown specifically before I just go through some stuff?
I mean, I didn't watch either, so all I know are whatever I saw online. So obviously you can go.
Which is what? I'm very curious. Wait, what did you see online?
From SmackDown? Jeez, I gotta remember. Okay, so Roman came back. I think he punched like a baby, and like everyone cheered, which is nuts.
So can I just say right off the bat that Superman punch to Solo, the way Solo took that punch looked so, I thought he tore his ACL. The way he went down where his knee bent backward, he looked like such a little bitch taking that punch. Also, if you're trying to build this storyline with him being so equal to Roman, the first night Roman's back, he eats a punch. The second night Roman comes back, this man eats another punch. Like, Solo's not on the same level. What are we doing? Why is this still a story? I don't understand.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tricky to do it because, like, obviously the match that you need to do is Roman and Solo, and it's like if you have Roman win, that's it, and if you have Solo win, it can't be clean. So it's like, I don't know. Is Solo by himself then? No, Killer Tomato. Solo is not by himself. Ha ha ha. Solo is with the new bloodline.
The new bloodline.
He has Well,
No,
it's
it
essentially what
just
they are. It's that
I'm waiting for you to talk about all the new names with the stables, and the new bloodline is just a funny new name that
oh
just made me
yeah,
laugh.
no,
I know we're saving that for
yeah,
Raw. I'm just
well,
saying it made me laugh.
yeah, well, Rikishi. So Rikishi gave birth to 15 new Samoans recently, and 3 of them made their way into WWE, and they are Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, Jacob Fatu, and Hawk Tua. So they are
That's not.
the newest stable to hit SmackDown and your
The
airwaves.
last person is Jacob Fatu, Killer Tomato for the record.
That's who I said. Um, yeah, so that's the whole new bloodline. But yeah, I saw Roman. I know Roman came out, did the punch. I don't even think he talked. And
Nope.
honestly, it made me kind of think like about what we were saying recently, just with like heels and faces and reacting to them. Like until Roman gives a promo where he shows some sort of like sympathy, empathy, it's just something where he's like, hey, I created this or whatever. Like if they don't go there, it's the same thing where it's like he terrorized the roster for like 4 years, like, and now he's just getting cheered because he took 3 months off.
Not to
Um,
mention, it's not like he
so,
helped Cody Rhodes to help Cody Rhodes, like to help Cody Rhodes.
yeah,
He helped himself, and he even said to Cody Rhodes, like, "That's my belt. I'm coming back for it." So like, he's not.
yeah,
I don't see how he's a babyface besides the fact that Solo just took over when he left, because it's not like
yeah,
Solo kicked him out. Roman left, so they needed
yeah.
a new leader. Um,
I
More with the
don't know. We'll
SmackDown.
see how that goes.
Tangaloa, did you see his new internet sensation
But he can't hold a belt.
that he can't hold a fucking belt?
He doesn't even know how to hold titles.
I
He just
think
goes.
he's trolling the universe at this point. He knows how terrible he is, and he's kind of trying to do a Jericho where he's just kind of feeding into how bad he is, because that's crazy. Like, how do you hold, like, it's so simple to hold a belt, man. I don't get it.
Counterpoint. He's not. He's
He's
just
just
that
that
bad.
bad. He's just that bad.
Yeah,
Um
I don't know.
Besides those two things, the other main thing from SmackDown, really just the other one main thing from SmackDown, was that DIY had a kind of a squash match with Pretty Deadly. It was like 5 minutes or less. New number one contenders are DIY for the tag team belts.
I'm glad they earned it. After that long road of chasing the belts,
Yeah.
like back of the line, earn your shots, guys. You lost them.
Well, it's funny to me because they had to have a match to make themselves the new number one contenders, but Sami Zayn got the main event rematch on Raw for the time. It's just no,
Nothing makes sense. And you know
exactly.
what? That brings me to one of my 3 points that I had about WWE is like I want to talk about Cody.
Okay.
Um, I saw some tweets earlier today, and it kind of hit the nail on the head. Rare Sam Roberts W. I don't know if you're familiar with Sam Roberts.
I know Sam Roberts. Yes.
The radio host. Rare W from him, kind of bringing up how, we're like 4.5 months in Cody's reign,
Mm-hmm.
kind of flopping. It's like it's not really going anywhere. Like his matches are good, his defenses are good, but like you break it down, like the stories and the themes and like what you're doing, like they're all so boring, and it's just like the whole baby face. He's doing the same baby face thing, like I respect you, you respect me, let's do this, and it's like ever since Roman left, it's just been that. Like, where's the heat? Where's something
But respectfully,
going? And like,
yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna say, what'd you expect?
someone to step up and be a heel and go after him for the title.
Oh,
Like
okay. I
the
was gonna
only thing
say,
that
from
really,
from Cody's point of view, he's acting exactly like I thought he'd act.
oh yeah, no,
I
I'm
never
not
thought he'd be
faulting
an
Cody. I'm not.
interesting. Yeah.
No, I'm obviously faulting the creative here, but it's like, turn Owens heel, man. Do it. Turn him heel with a story. Let's go. Give me a few months program with this. Like, just something more engaging because he feuded with Styles and Styles disappeared again, not even hurt. Um, like it's no one that he's fighting is doing anything substantial. So I don't know. Again, I'm not watching week to week, so I'm not the best critic of it.
No,
But
no,
from everything that I
it's
have seen
it's
and heard,
100% accurate.
it checks out. Like
100%
give him
accurate.
something to define the reign by. Right now, he's just walking around holding it like a like a prize that he won, which is technically what it is. But you
Well,
get my point.
his reign is defined by the Roman Reigns win. It's not being defined by anything else. It's not being like his reign's being defined by the beginning, not by the actual reign itself. He hasn't had any like real contenders, no one that we really thought was going to win. And what I thought was going to be a good storyline for him hasn't happened, which is a Randy Orton storyline, which obviously they're doing a slow build for. But the problem now is you're going to have Randy lose and then what, come to SmackDown and then automatically get a title shot after he just lost a title shot? Like, granted, that's WWE's storyline and they'll do it, but like that kind of sucks. And then I don't really think Randy's going to win in that case, right? Like, now the only way you're going to convince me Randy has a shot is if you give him a few months between each title shot, and then who is challenging Cody in the meantime, which is the problem. That they don't have anyone to really challenge the guy. Like, Roman's not going to challenge him, and even if he does, he's not going to be a heel. Or if he is a heel, then what's the point of this whole Civil War storyline? So Roman's not going to be a heel right now. They have way too many baby faces. And not enough. And the problem, not even way too many baby faces, you have no believable heel that I think will win. And AEW has the same problem. That you don't have any believable heel where I think can be like a champion and the people are going to chase for a while. Like, everyone is babyface, respect, and it's like it's missing that good versus evil easy storyline. Jay DeFalco says most of the time face champions run the less interesting as heel champions run. Xavier as Omega as a title king, and obviously Roman 100%. And everyone says that the babyface chasing is always more fun than the babyface having it. But if you put a bunch of heels in the babyface's way and then, you know, make it seem like after a certain time it's just going to be too much of a beatdown, that can be a good story in itself also for a champion. They just don't do it as much.
And the thing is, right now, like, I mean, not to go back to the AEW point, but like there are some. It's just they're not in the right orbit right now. Like, you have Okada, you have Perry, you have Jericho, you have MJF. Like, Cole is still in the wings injured. I'm not going to count him, but there are heels. It's just they're not in the right orbit right now of the Swerve thing. I mean, you have Hangman Page, so there's people, but either way, I digress.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
So then, going to Raw now. Speaking of the other world champion, we have Gunther and Randy Orton. We'll start there. Sorry for you, Walter. I apologize.
Thank you.
And Randy Orton. We'll start there where that segment was interesting. So we had Orton coming out. Orton had pretty much made it clear if he wins, they switch brands. It's pretty much a trade. So if he wins, Walter goes to SmackDown and Orton stays on Raw. While this was happening, Drew comes out to stake a claim at the world title shot. He was telling Pierce earlier in the night that has CM Punk behind him since he beat him. He doesn't have to worry about Punk anymore. Goes out to start claiming a stake for the title shot. Punk attacks, so that storyline keeps going. Punk attacks, they clear out. So Orton and Walter clear out, and then Drew brings out a belt at one point, so the attack continues. Next segment,
like a belt,
like a leather belt,
wear?
like a regular, belts that you would use for your pants, but leather. And then the next segment, you see Punk walking backstage. Walter's very frustrated behind him and hits like water behind him in the background, which is interesting. Like, I don't know why they showed it like that. And then Punk being interviewed holds the strap or holds the belt and says, "This gives me a good idea of how to make everyone happy for our match." So I think they're alluding, I'm going to assume because it's Punk, a dog collar match, but it could also be a strap match.
Yeah, they'll do strap match.
Yeah.
They're not going to do collar.
I would be very interested to see if they would do a dog collar. Just saying.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, like, yeah, it won't be what it could be, is all.
Agreed.
It'll be their version of it. So that's why I just do the.
I agree with that. The strap match is probably better. You guys are used to that, but either way, that's going to be their next title match or next match between Drew and Punk. So,
yeah,
some advancement there. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's just like you kind of said. I mean, right now we're setting up Cody versus Owens and Walter versus Orton for Bash at Berlin, and like they'll be great matches, but they're pretty obvious who's going to win. So there's not much to them.
Mm-hmm.
like build wise. Like I'm not that invested because what are they gonna do? I don't know. Again, they're just giving Walter his win back, so that's cool, I guess. But yeah, I
And
don't got much there on that one.
and that's going also to what we were saying though, why it's gonna be interesting with Walter as the champion, where I think Raw has a different problem as SmackDown where they don't have enough baby faces for Walter. Like they got, depending on how our third host feels about him, they got main event Jey Uso, who will obviously challenge, but no one's gonna believe that he's gonna be beating Walter for his reign. And
His
then
main event.
and then who who else we got on Raw that's really gonna, like, Damian Priest is doing his thing. You got CM Punk with Drew, Sami Zayn maybe, but like they're not gonna have Sami Zayn beat him for the world title after beating him for the IC title. Like, so Raw has a similar problem where that's why they brought Randy over, because they don't have a baby face for him, and now they're, after this Berlin thing, I don't know where they're gonna go.
Well, I don't think it's because they don't have a babyface for him. I think Triple H knew after King of the Ring, okay, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get you that win back, like
Fair,
definitively.
fair,
Kinda.
fair, fair.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's that, but I'm curious if they're gonna do another draft in October with the new shows and new networks. I'm really curious if they're gonna hold the rosters as is or do a more shuffle.
I feel like it doesn't matter.
I mean, well, no, but it would
These
if you're talking
goddamn
about your
WWE drafts
face
don't
and your
always
heel.
last.
They don't, but still, for your face heel alignments, you could
Well,
do it. I don't know.
also, you gotta assume maybe they might try to put, like, if I'm WWE, honestly, and you're gonna do this a better way, if you really are gonna do this like draft and stuff, I'd put more of the personalities that curse and that get a little more hardcore and a little more like out of the box. I'd put them on Raw because they're on Netflix, so they can get away with that shit. And then the guys who are a little more reserved or family friendly or whatever, that's people you put on SmackDown. That's the one that's more TV and edited towards that kind of stuff. I don't know if they're gonna do it like that, but like, if you're gonna do a Raw brand, that's the best way to do it, and that's the best reason to do it, not just to do it just to do it.
We'll see.
All right, what else happened from Raw? We have the new Judgment Day. All right, that storyline is advancing.
You mean Street Trash?
No. The new Judgment Day.
Street Trash.
I don't approve of that name.
That's their name. Street Trash. I've seen their merch.
So, a few things were happening with the new Judgment Day. Opening segment, Rhea comes out. Dom and Liv are in the audience. And Dom drops some... I'm agreeing with Dom on why he left her. Dom was saying that she was treating him like a child, that he's a grown man having to call a woman mommy, that Liv, all she does is let him play video games and eat chicken tendies whenever he wants. Like,
let him live.
Let the man live, bro. And this furthers your story that Rhea is still the heel, and Rhea is still the one in the wrong here. She treated her man wrong. She hurt Liv. She tore through the roster, and now we're supposed to forgive her? Get out of here.
You know what? I just thought of an amazing shirt that they need to do. I think Dom needs to get a shirt that says "Let me live," and then spelled L-I-V, and then Liv gets a shirt that says "Let him live." They can wear them together.
That's so cute. I love that.
Do it.
I hope that happens.
Do it, WWE.
Send that in. Clip this. Send it in. I hope that happens.
Let me live.
So yeah. So then.
Perfect. That's God. That's good. I hate that I thought of it. It's so good.
So that led to Damian Priest coming out. They had a nice brawl. Yada yada yada. Bash at Berlin. Mixed tag team match. Dom, Liv versus Rhea, Priest. You look like you're jumping off the charts for it. It's gonna be all right. Yeah. It's gonna be, it's gonna advance the storyline. We'll see how it goes. It gives Priest something, and then Finn's gonna get involved.
This ain't the payoff. This is gonna be going for like 5 more months.
Yeah, so. It's not gonna be a payoff at all. No shot, not yet.
Whatever.
One thing that happened during Raw that I was getting, I don't know if I was annoyed with, because it's Pat McAfee. And I don't know how much, because he's a troll, so I don't know how much he's actually trolling us or not. But Carlito comes out. First off,
Okay.
I still, as much as I was, whether I was on board or off board with the Judgment Day, I hate the Carlito part of it. It doesn't make sense to me. He ran away. I don't even know if he's part of the group or not. I think they said he is now, finally, because now that Damon Priest isn't there. But, like, just very annoying. He doesn't belong. It just is what it is. But the entire time, Pat McAfee was calling Carlito the bad apple. His whole match. And, like, not just once or twice. A good at least 5 times. And every time I heard it, I'm just like, like, you have to know what you're saying, right? Like, it's a pretty big storyline in AEW with Jericho. I don't know. Very annoying, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
But, like,
I mean, I could see him not knowing, honestly.
I've also never heard him call him that before, and it's not like the Bad
Yeah.
Apple storyline is new. It's been happening for a while, which that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's trolling or if I don't know if he just happened to say it.
You know what's
that
gonna
week.
happen now. For sure, if they're on this week on Dynamite or the next time they're on, Jericho's gonna like triple, quadruple down on the Bad Apple thing.
Yes,
like
sir.
just to be like the only bad apple or the
Yes,
baddest
sir.
apple. They're gonna do that.
It's gonna be very, very silly. But no, you're 100% right. So yeah, so I found that very, very strange. And like I said, I just kept hearing. I was just like, stop it! Like, not the bad apple. Stop it. All right, and then I don't think there was much more from Raw. The Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn match was good. No one interfered. Just pretty much making sure that Sami is at the end of the line out of the IC title storyline for now. Another great stable name that you're loving is American Made. All right, actually had
So
a really
bad.
good Tornado tag team match against Alpha Academy.
Don't you mean Toronto?
What?
Do you not see what I sent you earlier?
Did I not? Now I feel like
WWE messed up the graphic for Texas Tornado, and they wrote Texas Toronto.
Yes.
Texas Toronto match.
Yes, but it was actually a pretty good match. And then that furthered another little bit of storyline where Ivy Nile is officially heel back with the Creed brothers, and she kicked the crap out of, why can't I think of her name right now? Thank you, Miss Dupree, and just again like solidified that she's with them now, just making it more of a group. And that was really it.
Still dumb names all around, man. I don't know who's making these names up, man, lately, but like American Made is trash. Like keeping Alpha Academy on those guys is also a dumb move. If they're really doing the street trash thing, which I don't think they are, maybe they were considering it, but if they're really doing the street trash thing with the Judgment Day, that's dumb. And then the new one, the Pure Fusion Collective, like it's so wordy, it's so messy. Like I was thinking about this. If you just went like Pure Fusion or Fusion Collective or Pure Collective, like any combination of those 3 words, it would have been mildly better.
Yes, sir.
It's too much. Too many words.
No, I
Stop
agree.
it.
It was ridiculous. That was really silly. But
Pure Fusion Collective. Like, ugh.
That is WWE in a nutshell. Anyone in the chat, if there's something we missed that you want to talk about, please let us know. Otherwise, I got nothing else for WWE.
Killer Tomato agrees with Spooderman. Thank you, Killer Tom. So I have one more WWE note I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you saw it today, but John Cena confirmed that he is dreading us next year with his 36 date presence. So the countdown is on. We know we will only have to see him 36 times in 2025. So I'd like to propose a John Cena countdown timer on next year's episode. That with each episode that he appears, we can mark it down one less time we have to see him. Thank you, Jay DeFalco, for the John Cena channel points. Appreciate that as always.
So yeah,
our time is now.
How can you see him though? We already can't see him.
But yeah, no, 36 days. I think it's very telling. Because now you figure that's 12. Okay, 12 months, 36 dates. You want to break that down? I mean, that's maybe like what is that? Three, yeah, 3 dates a month.
That's a
So,
lot.
and that's not even matches. That's just 36 dates, he said. So he may not even wrestle every single time.
I smell 16-time world heavyweight champion.
I'm just saying, it's just interesting to know now a specific number on it. Because like now, like when we do watch, like you can actually know where in the story he is with appearances and wrestling and
See, but
stuff.
I
So
wonder. I wonder if that does mean 36 matches. Like, I know you said 36 dates, but I wonder if he meant 36 matches, or if he really
I
just
don't
means
think
36
so.
appearances.
I think he specified he's given him 36 dates, and
All
I think
right.
that's very specific. Like these are the dates that I'm going to be available to, and then that could be house shows too. It could be some non-televised. Who knows? But it's
All right.
gonna be a long year.
Well,
That's all
moving
I
on to
got.
someplace we know we won't be seeing John Cena. What do we have in the land of AEW, my friend?
Thank God. Okay, now we got past the other crap.
How dare you?
Um,
The
oh,
other
you know,
the other promotion is doing its thing, man.
the sports entertainment brought to you by Wingstop. Um, So yeah, Dynamite last week was in North Carolina. It was a better crowd, I thought, than the week before. 2 weeks ago, the crowd was pretty bad, but I like the opener, MJF and Fletcher. I thought it was solid.
Yeah, that was a really good match.
Yeah, the Osprey like locked in his locker room or whatever.
Who do you think did that?
So I mean, it was probably MJF and Callis working together because they both like gave him shit for it.
Interesting. All right.
You know, yeah, I'm sure it was them two working together to make him look bad
I'm gonna
to try and get
say
Fletcher.
it was just Callus, and MJ had just kind of jumped off on it because that's just in his shtick.
Maybe, yeah,
But yeah, curious. No, just curious. Keep going.
yeah, no, that's true. Yes, Killer Tomato, the devil, indeed. Um, excuse me.
Oh,
You know, I like that. I'm digging the MJF stuff that he's doing with the USA
I love it.
America
I
stick.
love it so much.
And the thing is, it's good right now, but it's like if it goes past All In, will it start to kind of veer? And that's why I don't know which way they're going to go with that match. Because if it's Osprey, then perfect. They got a good month out of MJF doing this, but
Well, if it goes past
yeah.
that, I think it's one of those things where I hope everyone knows it's on borrowed time. So like you can have him win at All In and still keep the shtick for like another maybe month, but like max month.
Well, and that's what it
Because
depends on. 'Cause
yeah,
right now, it's working because he's going to CMLL, he's
exactly.
going to the UK. Like if he keeps going places and feuding with the right people, then yes. But
Exactly.
if he comes back and he just starts feuding with some AEW roster American, yeah. So
Especially if it's like,
well,
Chris Jericho. That's
yeah, well,
really
I have
bad.
faith in it. We'll see how it plays out. But
One
Hook is back.
wait, wait. One thing you said in the chat,
What I say?
in our group chat that I want to put on
Yes.
record to make sure that
Oh,
everyone hears. If they play Real American at All In, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to lose my
okay.
shit, and that will only further my skepticism that they will bring Hulk Hogan down with him as his like sidekick for All American playing in fucking Wembley Stadium.
Okay. I don't think it's happening. For those in chat that don't know, Jay DeFalco says James Brown living in America is my pick.
That would be
I can work. That's a
dope.
good one.
I would love that.
But somebody online speculated that WWE doesn't own the copyright to Real American Song and that Tony Khan could buy it. I don't think they're doing it.
I
I don't
hope
think they're
not.
that dumb to go for that pop. People are going to think it's Hogan.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I just,
Like
yeah, no.
the
They're not going to boo it
only
because it's America. They're going to
the
cheer it because
only
they think it's
way I
Hogan.
can see
Think it's
them
bad.
like getting away with it or something that I would enjoy is like he comes out trolling like in Hulk Hogan gear and then like not the entire thing but like maybe halfway down the entrance he like rips it off and goes to his MJF thing or whatever. Like a short span of it I can deal with, but like if the whole entrance is Real American and it's all American out, I'm not gonna like it.
No.
Sergeant
No,
Slaughter.
I don't
What
think
was Sergeant
I don't
Slaughter's theme song? Killer Tomato. I'll give you
I don't think
$50 if you could tell me without searching.
I don't think they do it. I think they just give MJF the big top hat,
I would
the
love
American
and the
that
living
they-
in America thing. I would love that. That's like kind of Rocky 4 kind of stuff. That would be great.
Mhm.
You win, Danny. But I really want to know what Sergeant Slaughter's theme song was. Now I'm going to search it up later. So yeah, no, that was good. I like that. AEW.
Yeah, but Hook is back, just in
Yeah.
time for this story with the learning tree. And I'm telling you, I think with each and every passing episode and week, I still think Anarchy in the Arena is the way to go. I'm worried they're gonna go Jericho Hook 1-on-1. That's just my personal preference. I'd rather not see them 1-on-1 at Wembley for the FTW title. Just do Anarchy in the Arena, go nuts. Let Hook win it back at Grand Slam in New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that. I do think they should go with Anarchy, and I think they are going to go with Anarchy just because they have the other people coming also. Like Samoa Joe has to come back. He has to get his re-uppance. Shibata still has to get some stuff. I just don't know if it's going to be 3-on-3. That's not an Anarchy in the Arena for me. So, like...
I mean, you could just make it a different stipulation name, but at that point, like, you're in an arena. Like, just get 5-on-5.
So then you wonder, do they bring in what's-his-face again that always, like, kind of works with Jericho? Jeff Cobb. And then who's
Suzuki.
the fifth one? Suzuki. All right.
Right now, you can pull off 4-on-4.
I was going to say, I think 4-on-4 is okay. And then they have Suzuki on the other side, and then that would work well. I just don't know if Suzuki would know what to do in an Anarchy in the Arena match.
So we have Killer Tom says, "What about American Badass?" And he rides a motorcycle. Absolutely not.
No shot. I would be pissed.
Jay says, alternatively, Christian needs to come out to George Michael's father figure at Wembley.
I'm going to put a pause on that because we're going to get to some Christian talk later. And we'll come back to that one for Christian talk later. That sounded weird. Not Christian talk like religion, guys. Christian the wrestler, all right, please.
#blessed. So the women's feuds are progressing. I mean, nothing really crazy there. I feel like Britt not being around is hurting it a little bit, but they made their choice and they did what they did with their suspension. But I think they're both going to deliver at Wembley. Nothing really much there, I thought, to talk about, but.
I mean, just that. Oh wait, well that's Saturday. Also, sorry, we're talking about Dynamite. Yep. Continue.
Yeah, and then Danielson and Jarrett was a fun brawl all around the arena.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was a really good match. I think Jarrett's gets to have some nice like last big matches because you know.
Yeah,
I think I liked it.
Yeah, it did its job to like gas Danielson up to be all in and be ready for anything kind of thing. But man, I'm telling you that we could talk more about it next week when we do our picks on here. But Danielson's got to win, man.
Bro,
he's got to win. This can't be it like this. It can't.
They have me hook, line, and like I'm wrapped around their finger with this Danielson storyline. I don't know because. Can we just? Are we done with Dynamite? Because we could just get to Saturday and talk more about the Danielson thing. Are you?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, we can move on to.
No, if you have one more thing for Dynamite, please.
I mean, it's from Rampage, but I can talk about it whenever. Okay. So yeah.
So, I was thinking, like, literally, I was like, all right, he announced he's going to retire after if he loses. He's not losing now. And then fucking Collision happens, and they have the interview, and then he talks about how he needs a neck surgery at the end of the year. I'm like, well, fuck. Is that it?
I'm not buying it. He's a liar.
That's what I'm hoping.
He likes to lie.
I'm hoping
he
he's
loves
lying
to
to
lie.
us.
He's having fun.
But I mean, I'm telling you, I am literally like for the first time in a while, I'm like, I have no idea what's the truth. I don't know what's gonna happen. I know what my heart wants. I know what my brain says. I don't know, and I can't wait for this match.
What better run for Danielson as champion to be like, this is it. If I lose, I retire, and I need to get neck surgery, and then you win, and then it's like, fuck, like now I need to defend it. And neck surgery looming, like I
don't know.
It's perfect. It's the perfect thing. They can't do it. And I keep thinking of Grand Slam. It's like it's got to be Danielson and Darby.
Right.
It has to be.
Right. We've already seen Swerve and
Has to
Darby.
be. This is gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Chat,
on that
please.
show,
I
but-
need between this week and next week when you come back for the show for predictions. I need your help. I don't know where I'm going with this pick. I'm gonna need outside influences for the first time in a long time. This is gonna be a very that night. I'm going. I don't know if I'm gonna be hanging out with you watching the show. I don't know if I'm gonna be at my house watching the show. But I'm going to be in tears towards the end of the match because I don't know if he's going to lose or not. And then every time it's a near fall, I'm going to think he's losing and get upset. It's going to be an emotional night for me, guys. Danielson, fate to seizure in the ring. He cannot be trusted. That is a very good point.
Has to win.
Vegan,
Has to
fuck.
win.
All right, what else we got from Collision?
So before Collision, I just want to bring up Saraya
Rampage,
real
sorry.
quick again. No, just again, Saraya. She beat Nyla Rose in the main event of Rampage. They talked up All In again in Wembley, and I just at this point I don't see and they already put Stat and Willow in a tag match, so they're not doing a 5-on-5. So it's legit. Either you do a battle royal with all the other women, or Saraya's got to do an open challenge. I can't find another avenue.
Is there any way we see Saraya and Shida? Alternate question. Do you want to see Saraya and Shida?
Sure. I mean, it'd be fine, but it just feels kind of random.
The only reason
right
I
now
say
they're both
is because Shida said how she wants to, she wants her way to Wembley. She needs her shot at Wembley. She's doing the match with Mercedes on Wednesday, which she's obviously going to lose, but she's doing the match with Mercedes on Wednesday. So she's not going to get her road to Wembley that way, because they're not going to give up Mercedes versus Britt. So is it possible that maybe it's like a pre-show Saraya versus Shida? Or I do think more likely some kind of battle royal or some multi-woman match for a number one contendership.
Yeah, at that point, I'd rather they just do the battle royal and let them fight at the last two at that, than that.
Because
I don't know.
If you're going to do a number one contender, you can't do Shida versus Britt number one contender after Shida just lost a title match. That's going to be stupid. Even by AEW is a little more is a little liberal, better with that storyline kind of thing. Personally,
I mean, we don't know who's ready or what they're doing. Personally, I'd go open challenge and let it be Beth Phoenix. That's what I would do.
That would be dope. I hope so too. All right.
Collision, man. I thought Collision was a little bit of a mess.
All over the place.
I wasn't crazy.
I wasn't crazy really enjoyed the main event and the bull rope.
The matches were fine. The in-ring stuff was fine. That wasn't the issue. My issue was just booking decisions and match placements and everything. So I wrote a bunch of stuff down. But first, right off the bat, Rosa and Deanna should have opened the show.
Yes.
I don't know why you opened with Darby and Hologram, that tag, and then you went right into the
I thought
rope match
once
open with it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought once they opened with Darby and Hologram that they were gonna start the 9:00 hour and then lead right in, and then just have two matches in the last hour, which would have been fine.
Yeah, but then they said Swerve was at 9:00, and I was like, okay, I think it was poor placement.
Mm-hmm.
Should have opened. I thought it was great. It was like solid little 10-12 minute match. Yeah, just a shame that one didn't get a chance to open, but I liked it a lot.
Agreed.
And then the Roosh.
Sorry, question for you. Do you think this is the end of their rivalry for now?
I think it has to be.
Right? Because it's a bull rope match. That's kind of the point of it is
they've been
that special stipulate. They've done a couple of stipulations now.
I'm pretty sure this was the 4th or 5th match in the feud, and it's the first one she won. It's got to be it.
Yeah. Okay.
In my opinion,
I agree.
We'll see what they do.
Just want to see what you thought.
I thought it was a little like the Roosh squash match, which it essentially was. It was 4 minutes long, but listen, I don't really care too much about Preston Vance, but it's dude, it's a 4-minute squash. You don't gotta be blading out there,
right?
And
so
and the camera caught it right on screen. They were right on him, and he's just going cutting his fucking forehead open. And I'm it's a 4-minute squash match against Roosh. Why are you blading? Like,
He needs to get seen, brah.
I don't know, man. That was like whatever to me. I was like, that's kind of dumb. Um, what else? What else? Man, yeah, I don't know. It was really Collision was very frustrating for me, just seeing things they were doing. I talked about this one a little bit with you in chat. But the Swerve Open Challenge, I feel like that was a last minute decision to do to get Swerve on the show. I don't think that was planned because I don't mind Swerve versus Ishii. I thought that was fine. It was a solid match. My whole thing is like in that story, the context of Adam Page, the character. Why would Adam Page not be frothing at the mouth, pulling at Tony Khan to get through the curtain to be the first one to challenge Swerve in that spot?
Especially if they announce it before Saturday, so it's not like
Which they did.
you can say Adam Page wasn't there that night or didn't know about it in time to get there. You announced it before Saturday. He's gonna get there.
So
What's
I
Page
just
gonna do at Wembley? That's a great question. What is Page gonna do at
did
Wembley?
somebody ask that in chat.
Yeah,
So
Jay DeFalco just asked.
I think he's winning the gauntlet personally.
That's a good call. Yeah, we did talk about that last week. That's a good call.
If he's not in the gauntlet, if he's not even in the gauntlet, then I got no clue. And he might just be literally screwing Swerve out of the belt, which I'd rather they not do that.
Right? I really hope they don't do that. I want Danielson to win clean. God damn it, he better win.
Yeah, I think Swerve. Yeah, I think because I think the best thing they can do is Page wins the gauntlet, goes, I won the gauntlet. I'm getting Swerve. I'm gonna get him for the title. And then what better fuck you is for Danielson to beat Swerve for the title, and then Page is like, now I can't even get Danielson. But that's just my thought. Again, that's me being like, Danielson has to win. But yeah, I think it's a good fake out too if Page wins because everyone's gonna be like, okay, Page and Swerve, that's the layup.
I agree.
Yeah, that just bugged me. And then Okada and Claudio, man, like
that should be at All In.
It was so dumb because Claudio's cutting the promo and he's like, I can't think of a better place to do this match than the Collision before All In. I'm like, what?
Right?
Like, no, like do it at All In.
But does Okada have a match at All In? Why aren't they doing it at All In?
He doesn't. So the only thing I can think of is you're bringing back Mox on Collision, and you're going to do Mox and Okada. That's the only thing I can think of that you're doing.
Yeah. Which is fine. Like, I love Mox. Don't get me wrong. I love Jon Moxley. I'm just like, I'd rather see someone else in the title scene. I don't need Jon Moxley chasing another belt. Like,
well, here's the crazy thing. Like, this is a pre-taped Collision doing overseas, so like, it's not even going to be live. We're going to know for days what they're doing, and it's going to be Mox and Okada for one night, and then they're probably going to move on from it. So I'm not really thinking it's a long-term feud. It's just to give Mox a spot on the card, but like, I don't know, man. Like that blew my mind. And then after all this time, they just do Acclaimed and Bucks this tomorrow night on Dynamite. Like,
yeah, what the fuck? Like that.
After all
that
it's been like 2 months.
That really pisses me off.
Like, they're just doing it to get FTR in the match for All In probably now or some shit.
Which is such bullshit. Like, you can give FTR something else to do that night. Like, what was the point of saving this whole time? This whole storyline going through all these different matches, representing Team AEW, and then literally not even getting the fucking match at Wembley. I don't care if they win or lose. Give them the fucking match at Wembley, though. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, this feels weird, man. This feels weird. I don't think since Punk got fired, I don't think I've shit on AEW this much on the show. Like,
and
I really
and it's
just,
funny that has
so
nothing to do with Punk storylines. Like, it's not like we're shitting. I'm saying it's funny that has nothing to do with Punk. Like, we're not shitting on them because, like, they can't let it go. We're not shitting on them because of this. We're shitting on them because, like, they're not doing good storylines. And this was something we said when AEW first started and stuff, and it was fine. But, like, now it's not fine anymore, where they are the alternative. They focus more on the wrestling aspect, which is great. That's what we wanted as wrestling fans. That's, the WWE fans want more of the story drama. That's great. Wrestling fans want more in reaction. That's great. But when you're not giving good stories, the in-ring action can only carry you for so long. And that's what's happening now, where you're taking two guys who were so excited about AEW since its birth. And now we're just sitting there. It's like, well, this doesn't make sense. Now this doesn't make sense. Now this story doesn't. And it's like, it's not little stories. It's your top stories that aren't making sense. And that's a problem because that's what's turning off the casual viewer from your show.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like, I know, like, just the internet being the internet these days, like, we don't need to know everything. I don't need to know everything. I can't help myself. I love thinking ahead and predicting and seeing how it can go. I know some fans can't stand that. And they're just like, just watch, just enjoy, just let it play out. And I let things play out. That's never an issue with me. But it's just like a lot of stuff on this past Saturday just did not add up for me. And I was like, why this here? Why that now? Why this? Like, you know, and then like there's so many things going on. That's why like I didn't like it this last year, and I really don't like it this year. It just feels like too much stuff's being juggled again. With All In, All Out, Grand Slam, like just I don't like that. But that's just again me personally.
And
there's another thing.
Sorry, there's an argument to be had that like, yeah, you can be that fan that lets things play out and stuff, and you can also be that fan that tries to predict things, and when you're wrong, that's fun. But the problem is, it's not that we're wrong, it's that nothing's happening. So, like, you're doing these stories, you're setting this stuff up, and sometimes there's no real payoff, so it's not that we're wrong or disappointed, we're confused. Like, why is this? Like, what's happening here? Again, Acclaimed and Young Bucks. It's not that we're wrong. No one's saying like, oh, the Acclaim's going to win or lose or Young Bucks are going to win or lose. We're confused why you're not letting them shine at Wembley, why you're putting them on a match before Wembley. It doesn't make sense.
It'll all come together, but I think certain things are this simple. Like, they could have easily been like, the Young Bucks are forcing the Acclaim to use their title shot this Wednesday after the event. So blah, blah, blah.
Something.
You could have done that. You could have done, Adam Page was suspended for a week after his backstage assault on Jeff Jarrett. Like, that's it. One little sentence can just justify why this person's not there, this person's doing this, whatever, whatever.
Hold on. Sorry, you just remind me of something else from Collision that pissed me off that I'm confused about. Is Leo Rush now a fucking EVP? Okay.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, does TK not, like, do shit for himself now, or doesn't have one designated, like, now just a random wrestler's gonna come and announce a match from a text message from TK? What the fuck? That's so stupid.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't even write that down, but that was
I didn't write down. You just reminded me.
Yeah. Well, no, that's like, I mean, that's because he doesn't want to be on TV. That's why he did Christopher Daniels in the first place.
But then keep it consistent with Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
Or Kenny Omega, who you made come back for 1 week and then disappear because you know he couldn't be on TV because he was dealing with health issues. But still, you brought him back for 1 week to make it seem like it was going to be a big storyline. And now there's no Kenny Omega. Like,
well, that I was okay with because at least that they brought him in to make him get beat up and go away. So that one was fine. Just to get over the Elite in the beginning. But so my last negative that we can talk about, and then we can move on to the main event, which is thankfully very solid.
Yes, my dad.
The Willow Statlander tag. It all in. I have multiple things wrong with this. I don't get why you're announcing 0-hour matches before the full card's not done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that just makes it already less than. That was a dumb decision. You could have waited a week to announce that.
Or just don't even announce it's on 0 hour. Just announce that it's happening at Wembley.
So doing that on 0 hour right away was just a very weird decision. And also, we'll see how the card shapes out and who's on it. But if certain people miss this show, and Stokely Hathaway's on it, like, that's a problem, man. I'm sorry. I get like, Stokely Hathaway getting beat up in Wembley against ECE. That's going to be fun to see.
Yes and no. If Stokely Hathaway had his own match, I'd agree with you. Because he's inserted into a match that realistically should happen on its own anyway, I'm not too upset with it. But it also depends who her partner is going to be. Because, like...
Well, who?
Willow. Who I don't remember who the partner was for Willow.
Oh, it's Ishii. It's
Oh,
Ishii.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
See,
no,
like
that's my point. I don't
it
know,
doesn't
man.
make
Like it's
sense
just
with the
like,
storyline why Ishii's there. Ishii's just there now. Ishii's just there all the time.
well, he's doing a summer tour. He was the trade off with Takeshita. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like Takeshita went to the G1, so we get Ishii for the summer. So,
Got it.
but like again, once we see the roster, who's missing out, like I'm sure you could have plugged somebody else in that spot, maybe to be Stokely.
But who do you think's gonna be missing out?
That's all I'm saying. What?
Who do you think's gonna be missing out? Who are you afraid now, as of right now, that like you really don't see a road for Wembley that you want to or deserves to be at Wembley, however you want to phrase it?
I mean, like, it's no one like I'm crazy committed to. Like Lance Archer could have been put in there. You could have done the Beast Mortos or something, like someone that's really proven themselves over the last month or so. Again, these people could end up in the gauntlet. That's why I'm saying like this could all be for naught. Like the gauntlet. I mean, we already know like O'Reilly, Cassidy, Strong are all in there. All those people,
and the reason
it'll probably end up being fine. I just I look out for I think of the roster and I'm like, these people should get like that opportunity. And like you think of like the part timers in WWE and like I like Stokely as a manager to an extent. Kind of annoys me because he's supposed to, but I don't know. I just think they could have done better there.
And the reason I just asked is just because, like, again, who are you going to put in that storyline? Like, if you they're set on this story with the mixed tag match, it doesn't make sense who else would be plugged in there anyway. And guys like Archer goes back to what I was saying before, where they just don't really treat them right. Where like they build them up with all these stupid squash matches against no names. They don't even give them real names to beat, and then they expect us to think that they're going to win their big main event match that they never going to win. So like, I'm not. I see what your point. Yeah. I'm not like upset about it, but it also depends. Like, again, like you said, who's left off and stuff. Main event though of Collision was awesome. I think I really, really enjoyed it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was very good. It was the perfect ending, like the right way to go about it to get to the three-way they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. So a few things everyone was talking about it, I think including us. The turtleneck, the referee turtleneck was fantastic.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Loved it. The ending also I thought was really good, and one of the few times where an interference ending made sense to me. A lot of times interference endings, like, and I know it's for the storyline, but like in my head it always makes me laugh that you wait until like the last possible moment in the match to disrupt the match that you don't want either person winning. And that's always like when they come out and interfere and like whatever. But with Christian, with the way he did it, where he was just like, he was calling it down the middle, but you can tell like he was being hesitant. And then at the end with the 10 count, and you like, oh man, he's still calling this straight up, so let him do his thing. And then spears him, finishes the 10 count, calls it a draw anyway. I thought that was just so funny. Like, I've never really seen an ending like that, so it was unique to me.
Yeah, that was great. And they did bill it as a draw, by the way.
Yeah.
On the AEW website. So it's not like it was a DQ on the House of Black or something because he speared Buddy. So they're both out. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a triple threat. So that's going to be an amazing match.
And can I say Nigel on commentary, like,
he's great.
Like solidified that ending for me. I was cracking up as they're beating them down. Like I was going through two different emotions, but him just being like, I wonder what the referee's gonna call this match as, Tony. And like Tony's going crazy. He's like, Tony, don't get like, this is how he called the 10. What do you want? Neither man got up. I'm just like cracking up. He's doing his heel roll so well. I wish Excalibur was there. Like I think him and Excalibur would just work so well together. Tony's just done. Sorry, I defended him for a while. I love Tony from WCW, but Tony nowadays is done, bro. Like he can't even, some of the words aren't sentences. He's mumbling through some of his fucking commentary, and like it's not making sense. It's so awful.
I'm gonna be nice this week and mark myself safe from saying anything bad about Shivani.
I'll take over for you. It's fine. I got you.
Yeah, I'll sit out this week.
No, but especially compared to Nigel, man. Nigel was crushing it this week. He really was. So, like, that just really exposed Tony even more. And the whole time I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, I wish Excalibur was here, man. Excalibur's just so good. Like, probably my
Or even
favorite
Ian.
announcer right now. Ian's pretty
Even
good too.
Ian
I agree.
Riccaboni. The problem with Riccaboni is like I forget what his job is. Not his job, but like his like I think he does like a local government thing where he lives. And I think whatever that obligation is, like he can't do Saturdays.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So like he can never do Collision, which is a bummer because he'd be amazing.
Makes sense. All right.
Yeah, that's all I got though.
I was gonna say, any final thoughts from this week?
No, I'm ready to go on Thursday for our worst wrestler of all time finale. And then and then the next few weeks. Next week we got the All In prediction show. And then 2 weeks from now we got Bash at Berlin. And then 3 weeks from now we got All Out. So we got 3 weeks in a row of prediction episodes coming up.
So I think that means that we're going to be filling our segments for the next 3 weeks with just like little segments here and there. I have a blind rank that I hope I remember. I forgot to write it down, but I'm very excited to do if we do them. And then, yeah, we could do a bunch of different segments that I see coming up. If there's segments that you guys have seen us do in the past that you guys want us to do, please drop us a little comment. Let us know, and we'll be sure to do them. While you do that, also, please drop us a sub. All right, right below, you can sub, give us a little money to help us maybe get some more belts or do a better decoration or do a nice better layout. If you have Amazon Prime, it doesn't even cost you anything. You can use a free Prime sub account. Please go to gaming.amazon.com, I believe. Other way around. Oh, you were saying no. I was like, damn, I got it wrong. Gaming.amazon.com. Costs you nothing. Use your free Amazon account and give us a free sub, and we could use it. So thank you so much. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in 2 days for part 2 of the worst wrestler of all time. And Matt will be back. See you guys in 2 days. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Just move it fast in a Rari. Wanna make you move it fast in a Rari. Me coming for you in a Rari. I'm at the party in a Rari. Just move it fast.